How's it going? It is all the news all the time. And there's a very interesting story, a very tragic story, which is coming out from America and has become very fascinating to the people of the UK as well. Very serious and very tragic story. Coming from Delphi, Indiana. It seems that a man has been arrested and charged with the murder of two teen girls in Indiana back in 2017. These two girls, and Abby and Libby. So there's some facts here. Delphi, Indiana, a 5.5-year nationwide search for a suspect in the killings of two Indiana teens ended with the arrest of a local man, authorities say on Monday. How investigators came to arrest 50-year-old Richard M. Allen of Delphi will remain a mystery for now, as a court has sealed charging documents and the investigation remains open. But authorities say Allen is charged with 2 counts of murder in the 2017 slayings of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. The pair went on a hike along Delphi historic trails in February of that year, but never showed up at a previously arranged time to meet Libby's dad, police said. Their bodies were found the next day in a wooded area near the trail, about a half-mile from the Monon High Bridge, where they'd been dropped off, according to police. A grainy video of a man walking and a garbled voice recording were among the scant clues authorities publicised over the years. So this has been going on since 2017, so it's over 5 years now. And there's a drawing here which is it's not going to help anyone find anybody. So neighbours saw police searching Allen's home 2.5 weeks ago, they say. Police arrested Allen on Wednesday, according to a news release, and formally charged him on Friday before transporting him to White County Jail. Allen is being held without bail. They say today is not a day to celebrate, but the arrest is sure a major step in leading to a conclusion of this long-term and complex investigation, Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter told reporters. This is Indiana. If I zoom out a touch, this is the state of Indiana, and this is Delphi itself, and this is the Monon High Bridge Trail. Asked about the family's reaction to the news of Allen's arrest, Carter said it was a very sad yet very humbling experience. Allen has pleaded not guilty at an initial hearing. Carroll County prosecutor Nick McClelland said he is scheduled to return to court for a pre-trial hearing January 13th. His trial is slated to begin the morning of March 20, the prosecutor said. So very, very interesting. The question is, what new evidence have the police found that have led them to this conclusion, which we're going to look at in a second. But there's some very strange facts here. The suspect helped the aunt with the photos, it seems. He worked at CVS, and they confirmed that he worked for them at the drugstore chain. Did not specify where. The company is shocked and devastated, it said. Libby's grandmother, Becky Patty, and aunt Tara German were informed someone was in custody Wednesday, and on Friday they learned it was Allen, who police said worked at the CVS in Delphi. They said Patty does not know Allen, she said, but German, this is Tara German, is a regular at the store and knew Allen from shopping at the store. She recalled a specific encounter with Allen following Libby's death. I went to the store to print photos of Libby for the funeral, but he was the one who helped me, German said. I was a mess trying to get the images off my phone. Once they were printed, he looked at me and said, I'm not going to charge you for this. So he's helping the aunt with photos of the girls. It's very interesting. I'd like to know what has led them to this conclusion. And if we look here, this is from the Independent. Delphi murders update. Richard Allen charged as victim's family says killer was hiding in plain sight at the CVS, it seems. Police in Indiana have charged a 50-year-old local man with 2017 Delphi murders, more than 5 years after the bodies of best friends Libby and Abby were found close to the wooded trail. Richard Allen was charged with 2 counts of murder on Friday and pleaded not guilty. His mugshot bears resemblance to the police sketch of the man long suspected of killing the teenagers. I don't think it does. Do we have a picture of the mugshots? I will have to get that on a different slide. These, yeah. So this is the sketch released in 2019, left. This one, and 2017, right. And this is what he looks like. Okay, yeah, this does. I was thinking it was this one. I was thinking that doesn't look anything like him. But that does. Okay. There's a resemblance to a police sketch of the man long suspected of killing the teenager. Mr. Allen, whose name has never before been publicly tied to the case, is a married father and trained pharmaceutical technician who works at the CVS store in the heart of the community. Libby's grandfather told reporters he'd been hiding in plain sight. Investigators are remaining tight-lipped about what led to Mr. Allen's arrest, and this is 2,086 days on. Let's see, I'm looking for this information as well. Libby 14, Abby 13 were murdered after stepping off on a hike along the Monon High Bridge Trail in Delphi on 13th February 2017, which is this red line. Their bodies were found in a wooded area about half a mile from the trail the next day. So very, very interesting. Richard Allen court dates. He's pleaded not guilty. He's due back in court on the 13th of January. Trial has been set for the 20th of March 2023. He is a married man. He has a wife, taken into custody. Pleaded not guilty. This is what he looks like. They're not ruling out other assailants, so perhaps other people involved. If any other person had any involvement in the murders in any way, that person will be held accountable, they say. Members of the public are urged to submit tips with any other information. There was some interesting 70,000 tips received. That's the problem, isn't it? It's just too much information. Everything we know about the case. There's some interesting aspects here in this section, which is about the photo. Coming down to the bottom, there's a photo of him, and he's having a selfie, and in the background is a picture of the sketch, the police sketch. So this is him sitting in front of the police sketch. Does that indicate guilt? Does that indicate anything? I don't know. Let's have a look down here. There was some news about other people involved as well. Prior to Mr. Allen's arrest, other names have fallen under suspicion, but no one's ever been charged. Investigators wanted to talk to Ronald Logan back in 2017, according to a search warrant application, and the partly redacted document, which comes from the FBI, reveals law enforcement wanted to carry out a search on Mr. Logan's home, which was just 1,400 feet from where the girls' bodies were found. He had also allegedly lied about where he was at the time they disappeared, claiming he was out of the area, but his cell phone places him in the area around the trail. Well, I would have a good word with this guy. The document gave further details about the brutality of the murder, revealing that they were believed to have been killed elsewhere before being moved and staged the bodies at the scene. The girls had lost a lot of blood during the deaths and had been killed by some type of weapon. With the word redacted, the document states. The murderer would have been, very serious stuff. So there's another person down here. In December, investigators also honed in on Keegan Anthony Klein, 27-year-old man with addresses in Kokomo and Peru, whose home was searched on suspicion of child-borne charges just 2 weeks after the murders. Klein allegedly confessed to investigators to using fake social media account Anthony shots to groom underage girls online and get them to send him nude photos, and to arrange to meet him. The account is believed to have been used to contact one of the victims. I would have a very good word with this guy as well. Klein denied any involvement in the murders. Indiana State Police announced details of the fake account to the public and urged anyone who had communicated with, met, or attempted to meet with the individual posing as Anthony Shots to come forward. Well, I would have strong conversation with this guy and the other guy as well, definitely. But the police must have something else to lead them to Alan, to this guy. So who knows? We're not going to know, I think, until January. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Yeah, very, very tragic, very serious, and a very upsetting situation that's gone global. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I will chat to you guys later.